What's this? Some rest day content. Mrs. Rouge said I got to make some more videos for y'all. We're doing top 5 undercover, underrated performances in week 1 of the Tour de France, but not allowed to be main GC leaders or favorites or a stage winner or a top sprinter. We're going to start with Tish Benoit / Nicolas Prudhomme, but I'm mainly giving it to Tish Benoit because he was injured for the first half of this year. He got put in the Tour de France team after being, good in Swiss, I think it was. Thumbs down in the TTT. I was thinking, is he going to be there for Sykes? The next day he was there. Maybe pulled a little bit too hard. Didn't know that Sykes wasn't feeling so good on the Montjuic circuit, but still, this is a very, very good level. And then yesterday's stage, in particular, Decathlon impressed me. Remember, Remco and Leibovitz had no teammates in this group. Sykes had 2. He had Prudhomme and Tish Benoit hanging out in the back there. Yes, it's a good stage for him. Nonetheless, Tourmalet stage as well, when UAE were putting the pace with Pollitt and Wellens, he survived that pace, Tish Benoit, after not much racing this year. And then on the Tourmalet, he was there when Großschartner was pacing for quite a while. So I thought that was pretty impressive. That's basically what his Jumbo-Visma Lisa bike level was from 22 to 25. Prudhomme also impressed me. He brought up Sykes at an important moment. And these are the things you can't see in the results sheet. You can't see this anywhere, but Prudhomme doing this matters for Paul Seixas. Having someone there to bring him up matters. Next one we're going with, I know this is bending the rules a little bit. He came top 10 in the Tour last year, but I think he's somehow going under the radar despite the season he's having, is Harlan Johannesson. Stage 2, first road stage. At the hardest moment, he was the one going over the KOM of Montjuic first, attacking. That says something to me, that you're able to attack in that moment when other guys are maybe on the limit or being defensive. And, he was good in Basque Country last stage raid. He was good in other races. And, yes, top 10 in maybe a weak field last year in the Tour. But stage 3, the uphill sprint, he's got no one to position him at this moment. Although he did have 2 Uno X's into the base of the climb. So he was like P8 here. And he makes up a lot of ground. I think he passes 4 guys from this position at 200 meters to go. He passes Remco, passes Van Aertvelt, passes Ayuso, and Vasek as well, and he finishes 5th behind Pogačar, Vingegaard, Sykes, and Carapaz. He passes, Del Toro, but Del Toro had done the lead out. So he made up a lot of ground in the last 100 meters of this sprint. You can't really see it. Does it matter? No. Did it gain him time? No. But here you can see him passing all the guys that dropped the wheels in front of him. So good level stage 2, good level stage 3, very, very punchy. And of course, and then he's allowed in the break yesterday. That's the thing. That's why he's underrated, because he's allowed in the break yesterday. Or maybe he had the good enough legs to get in the break at the hardest moment. Came second on the stage. Next one is Sean Quinn. I debated between him and Quinn Simmons. Obviously, Quinn Simmons has been very, very good. But yesterday, I wasn't a big fan of how Trek rode the final. So I'm going Sean Quinn for staying close enough on the Montjuic circuit. Yeah, he wasn't in the top 10 or 15 or whatever, but he stayed close enough. Then he was on 5 minutes in GC for stage 4, got in the breakaway, and it was good enough to be attacking in the breakaway. So he was really strong. Volgren set him up. EF had confidence in him. It's just a good level compared to what he's done in previous, most recent years. In the Dauphiné, he came top 3 in a stage a few years ago, and this is sort of the level we thought he could have, the American on EF. So Sean Quinn, bit of an underrated performance. Astana's lead out. They have come drilled, collected. They picked the right guys. They've been doing it all year. And it's Ballerini, Agate, Mike Turnison for Max Canter. None of those names, apart from Ballerini, he used to be the second last man in front of, after Asgren, before, I don't know, who was he before? Mercu for Cavendish in the 21 Tour de France. They've just got a well-drilled unit. Turnison's one of the best final men in the world. Him and Laporte would be my 2 picks, frankly. And is Canter as good talent-wise as Coy, as maybe even a Binny? Probably not. But the way that unit works together, the way Canter's so consistent, has put him right in the green jersey battle. So he hasn't won a stage. He's even lost a few of the intermediate sprints. But he's second, he's third, he's top 5. He's always there. And that's what you have to do in these sprint stages to go for the green jersey. And that's in no small part because of this Astana lead out, which has been, as a whole lead out, the best lead out, I think, in the Tour de France so far, particularly at the intermediate sprints. And this is like a hangover from Cavendish era because this is not something they were known for before. Last one is the two Total boys yesterday. You got to give them props. I know Gigat came top 10 in the Tour last year from sort of going in breakaways, but he's more of a punchy rider, punchy climber. It's going to be harder to come top 10 in the Tour this year, but I'm sure he'll go for it. But him, Gigat again, him and Nicolas Brouillard, who you might not know, who was on Saint-Michel Mavic 93 for a few years. This is him in the break, Nicolas Brouillard. Peloton of 30, hardest moment of the race yesterday. The Simmons, Jorgensen, Carapaz, Ina Rubio, world-class riders going clear. Nicolas Brouillard jumps with them whilst Pedersen's getting dropped while VPP's on the limit. I thought this was really, really impressive. He's a guy on the continental circuit, all-around puncher. Like you've got, look at the size of the peloton. You've got Johannes and Lipovic jumping. He ends up top 10 in the stage, sprinting from the group behind. Just a really, really good rider for the French Cup, but now doing more than that, him and Gigat competitive in this stage yesterday. They both came, you didn't see it, but they both came top 10 in the final sprint, which in a Tour de France stage for Total, I think that's a really, really good result. Terzius has already done it earlier in the week for them. So shout out Brouillard and to a lesser extent, Gigat. Honourable mentions. I didn't pick Binny because I think he's too good. I think he's he's a leader of a team, even though he's been outstanding so far. Michael Matthews, honourable mention. I think he's been in good shape despite having injuries this year from the crash. Simmons, I already said, honourable mention. And Hubarts for a couple of sprint results, not just for the breakaway sort of controversy, but actually a couple of nice top 10s in the sprints. Hope you enjoyed the video. They were my top 5 undercover guys of week 1 of the Tour de France. Who are yours? Let me know in the comments down below. Did I miss anyone? Remember the rules. They can't be like the leader of a team. I know I cheated with Johannesson. He's a leader of a team, but I don't know. I wanted to pick him anyway because I think he's underrated. All right, see you with the recap tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.